Good morning, everybody. This is SuzyQ and the SuzyQ Report for June the 1st. I am so pissed. I am so angry at what has happened and transpired in our nation. I'm angry. I'm angry at those who are taking advantage and utilizing this experience, this victim, George Floyd, to destroy our nation. And I'm even more angry at those who are allowing it to happen. Those who are getting suckered in by these radicals, these domestic terrorists, into participating in destroying our community. And you know what? I warned you. Many people warned you that there are radicals being paid to destroy our country from within. And you know how they do it? They go and start handing out flyers, get local people involved, get them all emotionally involved, get them out on the streets so that they have cover. Now they have cover. They can go in, they bus them in from different locations in the country, bus them into communities, and now they've got cover so that the law enforcement can't control what's going on, because you've got innocent people, children, men, and women out. And within that group, you have these radicals that are out to destroy. You know, this whole protest thing stopped being about George Floyd and the injustice that happened to him when they started raiding the targets, when they started burning down the buildings and the businesses and the local businesses in their own communities. That's when it stopped being about George Floyd. You know, black lives do matter. And, you know, I will show you. Let's see. See this little girl? This little girl is my granddaughter. This is my biracial granddaughter. She's my youngest granddaughter. She has my name. She carries my name. Don't you for a minute think that black lives do not matter to me. This girl, I would lay my life down for this little girl. But you know what? This wasn't about George Floyd. This was about the destruction of our country. And those who went out there to protest, yeah, you might have did it, you know, thinking, oh, I'm trying to be, I don't know, politically correct, and I'm trying to, you know, help these people or whatever. But all you did was give cover to these anarchists that are trying to destroy our country, that are being paid by evil white people who think they know better than you. They're trying to control and trying to erode our country, our freedoms from within. And you know what the injustice was? The injustice was those police officers in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, apparently there is a culture of racism in there, in that police station or department. I heard some articles, I heard some stories on the radio by hosts talking about that it was known that there was racism there. Well, if there was, it should have been addressed by those in leadership. You know, but then you start researching who the leaders are. The leaders are very deeply embedded Democratic Party. They're the ones that should have cleaned house and should have addressed all this racism and before it ever got to this point where people were being harmed and killed on the streets. You know, the mayor, the governor, Keith Ellison, who's in bed with Antifa, who supports you know, Black Lives Matter, but the group Black Lives Matter is a terrorist group. Make no mistake, they are being funded by the same sources that are funding Antifa. And those people are out to destroy. They're not out to build your community up. They're not out to bring unity to your community. They're out to control this country, take it down, and install their communist leaders. That is what's happened to the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is no longer the party of JFK. It is a socialist, democratic, communist party that has taken over. Radicals. Keith Ellison is a radical, okay? And Miss Amy, the one who was running for president, she had the opportunity to take that officer and prosecute him for previous excessive force cases. I think there was almost 18 or something like that. Maybe I'm off on the numbers, but there was a lot of cases that they could have already prosecuted that police officer over that she chose not to. So where's your outrage to the leadership in that state? The governor, the attorney general, the Amy, what's her name, and the mayor. Where's your anger towards them? They're the ones that had power to clean house in that police department. No, you think you're going to come to the other side of the country and start destroying neighborhoods and businesses. And those who keep their eyes blinded, who are, I don't know, naive, or they think they're doing a good cause by going out and protesting, you gave cover for these evil people to destroy our town. You gave cover for them. It wasn't about George Floyd. It was about creating chaos in our nation, to destabilize our nation. They are doing it from the inside out. And make no mistake, it's not Russia that's funding it. It is George Soros, that Hungarian. He's the one that's funding it. And all his buddies within the previous administration, within global organizations, they are the ones that are providing the funding for these domestic radicals to come in and destroy our country. The forefathers knew that if we were united, nobody could destroy us. But if they could keep us divided between race and culture, and between left and right, and liberal and conservative, and wealthy and poor, if they could keep us divided, and religion versus religion, then they could bring us down. And that's exactly what they've done. And you've helped them. If you're out there giving them cover, you're helping them. Yesterday was Pentecost Sunday. Yesterday was the, next to Easter, it was the most important date on the Christian calendar for the church. And I chose, instead of be out there helping anarchists by giving them cover, I chose to be in the house of God, to go and reach up to heaven and pray for peace in our country, to pray that God's presence would saturate this nation and bring peace and healing to our country. That's what the Word of God does. He tells us, if my people come and ask for mercy and grace on our country, and we turn from our wicked ways and reach out to Him, He will heal our nation. He will heal our nation. I am so disappointed. I am so disappointed at the people that showed up out there. I've got family members that were out there. I have former pastors that were out there. And you know what? You can say, well, I was out there because I wanted to help and I wanted to whatever. You gave cover for Antifa to come in there and destroy our towns. You gave cover. And I am so angry. And I don't care if you're mad at me. Black lives do matter to me. I love my granddaughter, and I have friends of all races. I mean, I used to host exchange students from all over the country, all over the world. I love people. But I hate destructive behavior. I hate groups. Yeah, I said it. I hate groups. I don't hate people, but I hate what they represent, and I hate what they're doing to our country. And you know what? I pray to God that every one of them will be rounded up and they will be held accountable for the destruction they have done to our communities across this nation. All the assassinations of police officers across the country. Yes, you've got your rogue police officers. Make no mistake. But you need to go up the ladder and find out who's in charge of those police precincts. You need to go and find out who can clean house, and expect them to clean house. But you know what? You don't go starting to ambush police all across the country. We need those fine men and women out there to patrol and protect us. The reason I'm safe is because there were men and women out there protecting me from last night's riots. This is egregious. This is horrible what's happening to our country. We need to stand together as Americans against all those who would try to destroy us and divide us for whatever reason. So this is me. I am fired up. I am pissed off because I had to worry about one daughter that's over in St. Pete and her children. And I had to worry about another daughter that was trying to work yesterday and trying to avoid being in the middle of this chaos, while I was trying to be where I was supposed to be, in the house of God, celebrating Pentecost and praying for God's mercy and grace upon this nation, while others were out there giving cover to the enemy. Those who want the destruction of our country. You were protecting them. You may say, oh no, I was out there for a good reason. You might have thought you were, but you were being used by the enemy. You were being used by the enemy to destroy our country. And I am so, so pissed. And I can't even look at you right now. So you can be, I don't care. You can call me all the names you want. I love my granddaughter, and I love people of all colors. And you know what? Because I was out in a crowd, a field full of people from different cultures, Latinos, blacks, whites, old, young. We were out there together worshiping the Lord. You know, and so, whatever. But this is my SuzyQ report for today. And yes, I am pissed. I'm pissed at what these crazy radicals, these evil people are doing to our country. And before you start, pointing fingers at the president, you need to go to the leadership of Minnesota and all these communities who foster this behavior. So, this is SuzyQ. I'm signing out for today. I'm praying that the Lord will calm me down because I am pissed. Wake up, America. Don't let the radicals use you. I don't care what side of the aisle you are. Don't let the radicals use you. Talk to you later. Bye.